Hello, everybody. I I just lost a grandmother. All bindings went on to play. I soared through the Vengefly Kings, easy as can be. Didn't even get hit. Just did good damage. Was pogoing, shrieking, all that stuff. It was a great run. Then I reached grandmother, and I take damage 4 times in a quick succession. Really, I took damage 3 times in a quick succession, and then I ended up falling into spikes. You might ask, how? How did you do this? And the answer is simple. I was distracted by something greater than this game even. Greater than this challenge. Greater than any life. You see, when I woke up today, I heard a song. A song so beautiful, from a voice so wise. I couldn't even believe it. The song in question, I have no idea. The man in question, no clue either. All I know is that I was on TikTok. I was watching it just as I woke up, trying to get into the toilet. I just wanted to take a shit and wash myself, bathe, and I couldn't because someone else was occupying it. It was a dreadful situation. I take up my phone to seek just a mild bit of closure before my time's end. And there I see it, the first video. A video of a man playing what I can only assume is some generic first-person shooter like Warframe, or... No, not Warframe, that's not it. Like CSGO or Call of Duty. I think it was more akin to Call of Duty, the Battle Royale mode of it. Like Warzone, I think it's called. And I gotta tell you, man, while he was playing, he was singing a beautiful song. He had a beautiful voice, deep voice, like the morning breeze and the thunderous roar of the weather. It was beautiful. He was singing an opera song that I don't know the name of. And in the background, on his webcam, you saw a lady playing, I believe it's called the cello. It was a beautiful instrument, played by a beautiful, dexterous hand to perfection. He was singing so beautifully, with a nice melody in the background, and all I had to do was watch and listen as I watched him get kill after kill in the Warzone lobby. And I heard him hit the perfect note after perfect note while singing some opera song. It was beautiful. I'm still thinking about it to this day, which it makes sense because it happened a few hours ago. But still, those were good hours, happy hours, because all of them were filled with one thing and one thing alone: the voice of an angel and the gameplay of a demon, a devil. The contrast of this angelic voice and this absolute godlike destruction power showcased in the Warzone lobby. The mass murder, the expert gunplay, the war, the brutality of it. It was beautiful. And I believe he was singing over the voice chat. And in the game, according to the comments, there are proximity chat, meaning that while he was singing and playing the game, he was running around and letting the people hear it as he was killing everyone, destroying their KDs, their hopes and dreams for a new rank, or whatever you do in that game. He was killing them and singing while doing it. The best part is that his voice would only get louder and louder as the closer we got. You'd be in a gunfight with him, perhaps 100 meters away, 200, 500, shooting with your sniper or whatever you have, and you'd hear a faint voice. Then, as he suddenly gets closer and closer, ducking from cover to cover, rolling, killing, suddenly you hear it at max volume, and you just know that your time has come. I hope that one day when I end my life, or not that I end it, but when I reach the end of my life, a similar situation will happen. A fate just as inevitable, and just as beautiful. I hope the god of death hears my prayer and plays an orchestral song as he no-scopes me after a perfectly performed 360 off a rooftop. That is all I ask for. All I need. I can only think of the song. I will warn you now that if I decide that it's time, then I will not hesitate to start singing it myself. I fear that I will never be able to do it justice, as I am not that talented when it comes to singing. I don't know how to hit my notes. I don't know how to change my voice very well. And I do not even know the lyrics of the song, nor the name to even Google them. But I do have the will, and I do have dreams of one day being able to never surpass, but one day achieving even a fraction of his greatness. It'll be a difficult journey, filled with hardships and pain, but it'll be worth it for just this one moment where I can say I did it. And I will do it. In a way, this reminds me of another struggle, one you're witnessing right now, where I'm playing Hollow Knight every day. One run every day, in the hardest challenge Hollow Knight has to offer, in an attempt to one day beat it, and allow myself the satisfaction of completion. Look, this challenge here is the one and final thing that stands between me and absolute completion of Hollow Knight. Vanilla experience at the very least. Actually, I'm afraid this is a lie. There is one more thing I could do after this. It also involves the Hall of Gods, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it, nor the will to even proclaim that I want to. I fear that if I commit myself to such a task, I might be stepping on a journey that I won't be able to complete. The task in question is that of completion. Completing the Hall of Gods, every Pantheon, all bindings, is soon to be completed. But there's one more thing. In the Pantheon, you can fight individual bosses as you so please, over and over again. And you can do the fights in ascending difficulty. The first and easiest difficulty being called attuned difficulty. There's no changes difficulty here. You fight with your whatever loadout you deem pleases you, with your max nail and everything. The boss does normal damage, and you have normal health resistances. The second difficulty is called ascended difficulty. Here I think the lore claims that you're ascending to godhood slowly by defeating these bosses, as is the watchers up here, who are ascending through watching these fights, I believe at least. In the ascended difficulty, the enemy does double damage and has increased health. This makes it marginally more challenging, as you have less room for mistakes. Bosses that does 2 hearts of damage now does 4, allowing them to kill you in just 3 hits. Assuming you have the maximum amount of hearts, of course. The last and final challenge is Radiant. Last and final difficulty. Here, all the boss needs to do is hit you once with any move and you die. This fight, you're not allowed to take any damage at all, which can be very difficult, especially in some more chaotic fights. To give some examples, I'd give Markoth or Zote, who frequently damage me, but rarely actually kill me outright. That's also wrong, they do often kill me. There's one more thing that I neglected to tell you about, I'm afraid. On the Ascended difficulty, there's an additional hardship that you'll have to face, and that is the upgraded version of the boss. However, I don't think this will be too much of a challenge, considering I'm playing all bindings on the Pantheon of 5. Here, every boss is Ascended difficulty, apart from the damage increase and health upgrade. They do, however, have different maps and locations and different moves sometimes, and minions to summon. Collector is a perfect example where he normally spawns normal acids, he now summons primal ones, leading to a much harder experience. Why would he do this? Throw so far away. He can't even hit me. Matto is surely one of the world's greatest niche. I think, for some reason, my hubris surpasses even my knowledge, and I realize that this may be arrogant to preach, but I think I could beat every boss on Radiant difficulty, especially since I'm playing this, and I am reaching quite far into the Pantheon, having my personal best being the False Champion. I believe I could do it. I could beat every boss Radiant. I already have beaten many of them, in fact. What will make it even easier is that I wouldn't even have to use all bindings. I could have charms on. Sure, I would only have 1 health, but with an increased damage output of full nail damage and charms to allow me to increase it further. I have a full soul wield and methods of gaining more soul per hit. I could spam the powerful attacks like Shriek over and over again, without even needing to hit the enemy 3 times between every hit. I could personalize every loadout to every boss, making sure that I have the perfect loadout to deal with them. Enemies where hits come far and in between, I might increase the damage of each hit and make sure that I have my nail art quicker, while other bosses who allow me to hit them all the time, I could make sure that I get a lot of soul from each hit and spam Shriek over and over again. Maybe I'm getting this over backwards. Perhaps it's better to have more soul when hitting less frequently, and I need less soul whenever I can hit whenever I please. Charms I'll absolutely use is Quick Slash and the damage upgrade. These two are just fundamentally great. Perhaps I would need to deal more damage with my nail if bosses often evaded them, and I would rely on my soul instead. I'm definitely more used to using soul for damage, considering my Hollow Knight runs here. The default nail does not really do much damage at all when you are playing with all bindings. It is 8 damage, in fact. I know the number well. Nail does 10 times less damage than that of a Shriek if you get every hit in, like I did here. Shriek hits 4 times, each dealing 20 damage. Huge damage, if you ask me. But to another player, this might seem insignificant, and perhaps even incomparable to what they are using. They are likely playing without all bindings, and likely just playing the main game. Here, 20 damage per hit, up to 80. Isn't that much? Sure, it is not something to scoff at. They might use it once in a while, but they don't need to. Their nail does 20 damage as well. Perhaps even more if they have a charm. And if they can hit it as quickly as you can with a quick nail. Why? Why then use so much effort to get 3 hits of soul and attacking with a Shriek when you can just hit 4 times with your nail? There is of course a benefit of more damage, but with the greater risk and the less significant increase in damage, why then bother? That is a question many players have to face, and many even don't care to do it. just ignore the option entirely and use their nail throughout the whole game. I myself am one of these players. I upgraded my nail to the max, got every charm I could to increase its strength, and then I won the game. Every now and again, I would use the Shade Cloak. No, the Shade Soul, one that you like boost out a fireball. I would use it whenever the enemy was too far away from me, but never much else. Okay, these guys are really decent. It's annoying. There we go. Most likely I would just not use any soul, except if it was completely full, leaving a whole stockpile ready for whenever I took damage and quickly heal it all away. I might be called a coward by some, or a survivalist by others. In the end, the name changes nothing. What I really was ignorant of the ways of soul. I didn't need to play with soul, because I didn't struggle that much. Perhaps if I struggled more, I might seek different ways of playing, as I have with all bindings now. In ways I feel enlightened, that now I know more about the game, and different ways to play it. In some ways I fear what happens in Silksong, when suddenly I'm giving all the power left that I've lost. Dealing full damage with my nail, having more than 4 HP, and a full gauge of soul. Gosh. Who knows what that can do to a man. Would I even use soul that much? Would I nail art at all? Why? If I can just hit enemies 4 times with equal damage to a shriek, why then would I bother throwing out a shriek or a fireball if I can just dash into them and hit? I risk spending my soul when I can have so much more in stockpile. Why even bother when I can just be used for healing? These are questions that haunt me, where I do not know the answer. I like to think of myself as someone who plays this game well, an above average player, perhaps. I think the average player according to Steam charts hasn't even beaten the game, so it wouldn't be too difficult to assume. But even among those who's beaten it, hopefully I am among the more talented half. Perhaps talent is not the best word for it. Instead I should say experienced. I have almost 300 hours in this game, and I've yet to complete it. Some may see this as a testament of skill, but I kind of watch it and think of the lack thereof. 300 hours and I haven't even beaten the game to a point where I wish to deem it complete. No, that is indeed a failure. That is indeed a failure. But despite this failure, many haven't even taken up the mantle, you might say. Haven't even attempted to reach the point where I am headed. I believe myself to be above this people. Now this may be arrogance, this may be but a fruitless stroke to my own ego, but it helps me get through the day. So what if I'm arrogant or egotistical? So what if others may deem me evil or cruel? If I'm happy, isn't that good? My arrogance does not hurt anyone. I keep my thoughts very much to myself, except for these yappings. I think myself above others, but pretend not to. I act humble when I feel big. That is the way our society has made me. And I'm happy. Happy knowing that I'm better without needing to express it. This is beginning to feel weird talking about. In all reality, I don't think I'm much better than any person. For my age, I could have gotten 2 years into university, but I haven't. Don't really feel like it. I've enjoyed my time after school. but not as much as others may claim to have. It was fun, sure, but not the life-altering experience that I have heard others claim it to be. I met cool friends, sure, but who knows who I've met if I hadn't gone. Likely, my life would have turned out worse if I hadn't gone to after school. I don't think I met as many cool people. I'm quite thankful to everyone I know today. I'm blessed, truly blessed, with the one best blessing of them all, that of good friends. I'm a lucky bastard, I must admit. For all of my life I've met cool people who've been nice enough to befriend me. That is my superpower, if I had any. Being lucky about the people I meet. Therefore, therefore what? Perchance. One thing I find interesting is thinking about what I am best at, and everyone's best at. In a lot of movies and TV shows, there's usually characters who are the best at something. A character who might be angry and brutish, bully character in children's stories are often the best at fighting or the best at other aggressive behavior that could help them become better at strength task or something. You think of like superhero shows, the Hulk is deemed the best at strength. Very cool for him, I suppose. While others are the best at intelligence or outsmarting enemies or Fuck, dude, I'm taking a lot of damage from this one thing. But in reality, I don't know if anyone's really the best at anything. Too many people exist. The amount of effort it takes to become the best at something is outrageous. Suppose you'll have... Okay, I'm gonna fucking lose here. Are you fucking kidding me? I hate Gillian. I'm just not a heal. There you go. Don't even melee. You tried to melee me? Asshole. Okay, I'll heal again. Oh my god, that one fucking hit me. Holy shit, man. What the fuck? I hate this fight. Sometimes it's just a breeze. I don't even worry about it. I never think about these things. I can't predict them. But this time I fucked up. Alright? I fucked up. I goofed up. My bad, guys. Fuck. Shit. Well, so much for the good streak. I've been doing some good runs, but lightly, but no, that one sucked. Sorry, guys. Shit. Fuck. Piss and shit. See ya.